Netflix was wholeheartedly preparing for a regulatory fight to close the deal at the moment earlier this month that it agreed to WBD's unusual request for a waiver from the merger agreement reached on December 5th in order to hold negotiations with Paramount Skydance, according to an individual with knowledge of the situation. At the same time, WBD's board was under pressure from investors and corporate watchdogs to engage with Paramount Skydance, which went from making unsolicited offers last fall to filing a lawsuit against WBD in January in an effort to force it to disclose more details about the valuation methodology used in reaching Netflix's $27.75 per share offer. It all added up to a lot of noise. Netflix was ready to fight fire with fire until Sarandos and Peters decided to bow out. That decision, too, described by one observer as putting shareholder value above executive ego, is drawing praise from the investment community. It signals that Netflix believes in its internal growth story enough to maintain M&A discipline. We also believe the future Paramount Skydance Warner Brothers Discovery, they'll need a better name, could finally transform two subscale media companies into a more serious industry player, provided management has the financial flexibility to execute on its vision, Fishman wrote. Paramount's new owner, David Ellison, has been relentless in his pursuit of Warner Brothers Discovery, working his connections on Capitol Hill while making a spirited case that his company was offering a better deal for shareholders. This month, he and his team pulled off what many analysts and industry figures thought was impossible, forcing Warner Brothers Discovery to come back to the negotiating table. And Ellison was determined to make the most of the opportunity. While fine-tuning his pitch, he relied on a core team of trusted advisors and board members such as Safra Katz, Justin Hamill, and Jerry Cardinale. Paramount's Chief Operating Officer Andy Gordon worked closely with his investor relations group and advisor Faiza Saeed of the law firm Cravath, Swain and Moore. Melissa Zuckerman, Paramount's Chief Communications Officer, also was involved in the strategy sessions. Conspicuously absent from all WBD-related proceedings was Paramount President Jeff Shell, who is currently embroiled in the controversy over allegations he leaked sensitive financials in CBS's $7 billion UFC deal. So yeah, this is definitely a huge deal. And Paramount now own just a ton of new stuff. They will get Lord of the Rings, as I said, they'll get Game of Thrones, they'll get Harry Potter, they'll get Star Trek, they'll get Mission Impossible, they'll get Transformers, just a lot of major franchises are going to be under Paramount now. And interestingly, a lot of news and media companies as well. So HBO, CNN, CBS, Adult Swim, not really. It doesn't fall under as a news company, but they're going to get Adult Swim as well, and they're going to get stuff like Nickelodeon and MTV. So their sort of catalogue of assets, if you will, has just massively increased, hugely increased. So when I say this is a big deal, this is a super big deal. And unfortunately, it does just add to the monopolisation of the film industry and of the news and media industry, because the news and media, that's all a giant fucking monopoly as well. Like, every news channel, every media company, they're all owned by like the same three people. That's the thing. Look into it. The news channels and the media, all of it, are all owned by the same handful of people, the same group of people, you know. And that's what that's what films are becoming like as well. That is what the movie business is becoming. So there is that, and that is a shame. And now we can see what happens with DC as well. We can now see, we will now be able to get a better idea of the direction that DC Studios is going to be going in with the result of this deal, because there is also that looming in the background. So I'll be covering some DC stuff in the next week or so. Some DC content will be coming at you guys. There's a lot going on between Zack Snyder and James Gunn, and Matt Reeves' trilogy is in there as well, and just the direction of the studio in general, the direction of DC Studios in general, has been hinging on the result of the Warner Brothers deal, whether it was going to Netflix or Paramount, and now it is indeed Paramount. So there'll be that to be looking out for as well. So yeah, this is a huge fucking deal. This completely changes Hollywood, completely changes the film industry in general. So yeah, it's wild times, ladies and gentlemen, wild times. So yeah, that is all I wanted to cover for today. So see you later.